Hey you, what up? Thank you guys for tuning in. It's your boy Jovan, back at it again with another beer review. But before we get started, I want to thank you guys always for tuning in. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up, subscribe. Obviously we want to make this a little bit bigger. I want to get some more guests on, more beer to try. There's a lot of beer in the world. And there's a lot of people that are thirsty. So hit me up if you guys are interested in being a guest. We can do remote or whatever it may be, as long as we can connect with the beers and make sure that we're on the same page. But before we continue on, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think, and enjoy the video. Thanks, guys. Yo, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Get Buzzed. This is a brand new episode. I haven't done it by myself in a while. I've always had some guests, but today I've had some beers in the freezer or fridge for a couple weeks now since I went back home to Washington. My brother-in-law hooked me up, and his brother added some Fort George beers and some beers out of Oregon that they go and visit. Some breweries that they only get or only brew them a couple of times a year, or maybe even once. So they're like very limited. And so I was fortunate enough to get my hand on some of them, and I've been saving them for a special moment, and today is the special day. I am excited. Welcome back. I am ready to drink and basically start off this 4th of July weekend. Hopefully you guys are going to, have a good time and go to the river, drink a couple beers. Cheers. And, stay safe. If you're popping some fireworks or whatever the hell you want to call them, just be careful. You don't want to lose a finger. But without further ado, I don't want to hold you guys any longer. I want to introduce you to some beers today. So let's go ahead and do some opening. Can you feel Let's do it. Yep. Alright, that was good. Let's put some of that. Let's cheers. Shout out to my boy Eddie and his brother Jose. Thank you for the beers. If you guys are watching this, shout out to them. And yeah, so without further ado, like I said, let's go ahead and get started. What's up with the first couple beers here? I think they're all different, so let me just go ahead and get started, introduce you with the beers. So for the first one here, it's called Boss Rambler Beer Club. This is new to me. I've never seen it, never seen the company. It's called Hang Juice. It is a hazy IPA. It is 7.2 ABV. And I don't really know much about it besides being a hazy IPA. Oh, it's out of Bend, Oregon. So shout out to Bend, Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. How much alcohol does this have, though? I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know, guys. But here's what it looks like. Hopefully you guys get a good read there. All right, let's give it a shot. Damn, boy. If you're drinking a beer right now, cheers. Let me do the sniff test. All right, smells delicious. Everybody knows the rules. 1 chug, all right? And then we give our ratings out of 10. Oh my God, dude. Jesus. This has to be by far my top 3 hazy IPAs I've ever had in my life. And I've had a lot. Dude, yo, Eddie or Jose, if you guys watching this, thank you, dude. This shit's so good. I am a fan, and I need to get my hands on more of these. Dude, this 10 out of 10 for sure. 10 out of 10 right off the bat. We started off strong. This is an amazing beer. It's called Hang Juice out of Bend, Oregon. Shout out to Bend, Oregon. Again, if you are in that area, get your hand on some of these, or if you can find it somewhere else, by all means, get your hands on them. If you're a fan of hazy IPAs, dude, I drink a lot of beer. I do a lot of beer reviews. This is definitely a beer you got to try. If you're not big into IPAs or big into craft beers, or you're just a regular, light beer, whatever it be, which is fine. I like light beer as well. If you try this, dude, I swear to God, you will probably switch or start your process of transitioning over to some more craft beers or stronger beers. This is a beer to go ahead and do it with. So Hang Juice, 10 out of 10. For sure would buy again, and definitely recommend it to you guys if you guys can get your hand on it. Damn, that started off strong, man. I'm excited. I'm excited because I haven't had a hazy IPA since June 3rd. So it's kind of been a while, couple weeks. And this is the day. So let's go ahead and move over to the next one. This is called Limited Release IPA Factory. It's called Deep Scan Hazy IPA, the Hazy Double IPA, 8.4. Wow. Sun River Brewing Company. So I believe this is probably just a one-time thing out of this brewing company, limited release. Hopefully you guys can see that there. There we go. Look at that, son. Gang, gang. Sun River Brewing Company. Shout out to you guys. Where are you guys from? Because I don't want to Google that right now. This is out of Sun River, Oregon. So this is out of Oregon. I think all of them are actually, because that's where Jose and my brother-in-law Eddie got them from. So shout out to Oregon. Always always crafting some of the craziest beers. And if you haven't been to the Pacific Northwest, I recommend you do it at least one time, especially if you're a craft beer drinker, because they have so much breweries between Seattle and Portland that you can go and try, and even Southern Oregon and in between. And I always recommend doing a trip that way and doing a beer review everywhere you go, because they have amazing beer. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the limited release. Damn, son. All right, let's give this. It doesn't smell very potent, or doesn't smell very strong right off the bat, but that doesn't mean it's a bad sign though. So let's give it a chug. Let's see what it tastes like. God damn, dude, where are these people brewing? Dude, I swear to God, these companies probably talk to each other and get the same recipes, because that first beer is very similar to this one. Although this second one has a little bit, I would say, a little bit of a stronger aftertaste in a sense. And I think it's because of the double IPA. So I think that's the reason. And to be honest, I'm not a, craft beer brewer, or, understanding how it's made a lot of the times. I know basics, but this for sure is amazing. And I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 as well. I think it deserves a 10 out of 10. I think it's an amazing craft. Definitely something to try for a double hazy IPA if you haven't already. I know most people just drink a regular hazy IPA and they're, content or happy with it, which I am too. But this is the first time I tried double hazy IPA, and it blew my mind. I think I would buy it again if I can get my hands on it. Obviously, it's a limited release, and I'm sorry guys if you guys can't find this everywhere, but if you are in Oregon, you might be able to find it somewhere. It's called Sun River. It's from Sun River, Oregon. Sun River Brewing Company. So just Google that. Maybe if you're in the Pacific Northwest, maybe a Total Wine and Spirits. If you have a Total Wine and Spirits in your area, sometimes they carry different craft beers from all over. So it's definitely something to look for. Just let me know in the comments if you end up finding it. Tell them your boy sent you. And give this video a thumbs up. But this is the beer that I have been waiting for. And I saved it for last on purpose because I love three-way beers. Out of Fort George. If you guys are not familiar with Fort George, is out of Oregon as well, and I think it is Bend as well. Let me see here. I don't want to give you some false information. Astoria, my bad. So then, yeah, obviously it's not Bend. The other one was Bend, but this is Astoria. Fort George. I've had their beers before, especially last year. So the cool thing about Fort George is when it comes to their like yearly releases, especially like this one, this is not something you'll typically find on shelves unless you are like an avid craft beer drinker, and you go find specific beers. A lot of times these sell out so fast that you won't be able to get your hands on them. And quick story, me and my brother-in-law last year, when they had the release, and they only make certain amount of beers that they go and sell out, or send out at like Yokes or whatever, grocery stores. We actually, or my brother-in-law Eddie, he buys out Yokes, Fresh Market, and Pasco, Washington, out of all the three-way beers, and he spends over $200 sometimes, over $300, and he just stacks them in his in his freezer for the rest of the year. I'm telling you that these beers usually are my favorite if I can get my hands on them. So shout out to my boy Eddie again for hooking me up with these beers. I owe you for sure. I live in Montana today, and we have some great beers here. Johnson Brewing Company, amazing out of Great Falls, and I owe you some beers. So here's the here's the live video for you. But three-way IPA, yeah, out of Fort George. This one has 7.3 in alcohol, and looks like a limited edition seasonal and collaboration between Moonraker Brewing, right, or beer company, and Fort George. So it's three. Is obviously it's called three way because they share. Three breweries get together and make a beer together, and that's why it's called three way. In case you didn't know, that's why these beers are so limited because they just don't do it all year round, and it makes it very. I guess it makes it a thing for the company, right? Where people want to reach out to Fort George and try these beers. So shout out to Fort George. Thank you for doing this. Some of the pioneers, collabing with other breweries and figuring out what could be the best beer that they can make for people. So shout out to them. All right, let's give this a try. Three-way, 2021. Cheers. Oh, dude, that beer. These are all tens for sure. All tens. But this last one, blow it out of the water, dude. This beer is so good. Makes you want to slap your mom. Ain't that right, Willie? Yeah, boy. Uh, anyways, I really love this beer. If I can have more or learn how to make this beer, I would do it. Not saying that none of these are bad. These are all good beers. Again, if you could find these or hit me up, I might be able to hook you up if you are in connection with me or kind of close, and or else I have to ship them. But um, if you're happen to watch this across the country or whatever it may be, just hit me up. I might be able to do something for you. Just give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment because I want more people to be able to try these Pacific Northwest beers because I think you'll be blown away in how they make these beers. Because obviously the hops, the soil is different in the Pacific Northwest compared to the other regions in the country. Um, so sometimes that takes into consideration when brewing some of the beers, especially wines as well. Wines is pretty big on soil. But that was it, guys. I know it's very short. I know some people get bored and don't want to watch 20, 30-minute videos. So before you guys head off, make sure you subscribe, comment. I have more content coming. I got some more breweries here out of Montana that I want to introduce to you guys. And hopefully you guys love beers just as much as I do. And if you can get a three-way, limited release, obviously you probably wouldn't be able to get this. It's called Sun River Brewing Company and Ross Rambler Beer Club. It's called Hang Juice. And again, these will be listed in the description, but also you can see it in the video because I'll have some of these, listed for you guys. But these are all 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend them. Shout out to my boy Jose. Shout out to my cuñado Eddie. Thank you for the beers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace out. Cheers. Have a fun, 4th of July and stay safe. And make sure you wash your hands, you nasty asses. Peace.